You asked me a bunch of questions in the comments. Can you do a grocery haul video?
Why does everything need to be so low in fat?
Why do we have two kitchens?
What kind of protein powder do you use?
What was the impetus for me to go whole food plant-based for good? What is the single best piece of health advice that I could give?
Your kitchen is dirty and messy and chaotic. Can you clean and organize your kitchen better?
So stick around to hear the answers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeremy. Here on the channel, we do lots of things from cookbook reviews to my own recipes, and sometimes we review fun products that we get sent.
Oh my gosh.
A couple of weeks ago, I posted a video of just me doing this, answering a bunch of your questions. And I honestly thought that that video would just bomb, that no one would watch it, no one would care, they'd be bored stiff. It was the opposite. That video was one of our most popular right out of the gate. And you asked me to do another one, so here we are. And also thanks for watching that. It was really validating knowing that just me sharing my information and answering your questions was enough for you. Thank you for letting me know that I am enough. Seriously, I love that we can experiment on the channel and that I can try new things and new formats and that you always embrace them. You are such an amazing, wonderful audience, and I can't thank you enough for everything that you do and bring to this channel and the comments and everything else. And on that note, I'd like to give a shout out to some of you. Sadia from Temecula, California. Christine from Arnprior, Ontario. Anka from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Debbie from West Monroe, Louisiana. Megan from Western New York. Patrice from Tarnakia, New Zealand. Joyce from Durham, North Carolina. Michelle from Courtenay, British Columbia. Amy from Bella Vista, Arkansas. And Rita and family from Germany. If you would like a shout out, all you have to do is let us know in the comments down below who you are and where you're watching from. I'll warn you, it's getting to be a bit of a long list. Again, thank you so much for all the love and all the comments. If you want to get to the top of that list, the best way to do so is by joining our members community over on the Mighty Network. Not only do you get a priority shout out, but you get access to a lot of wonderful things like our members only live streams, getting these videos a few days in advance, as well as awesome conversations and chats with like-minded individuals. And you can get that all for the low price of a crappy cup of coffee a month. I know in the last video like this, I mentioned I might offer some coaching in the future. I still haven't gotten around to figuring that out, but honestly right now, the best way to have that kind of experience is to join us over in the Mighty Network, because we're having a lot of conversations like that there. And it's a lot cheaper than a coaching service would be. So there's that too. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, don't be shy about hitting that like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. While you're watching this video, if you have any other questions that you want me to answer in a future video like this, hit us down below in the comments. Otherwise, let's jump into these questions.
Oh, hi there. That's weird. Clearly I knew you were there. Just getting my breakfast. I got a little smoothie. I got some toast in the other room. But let's get to the first question. I'm gonna read right off here because this is actually a question directly from one of you. I know I'm not using my PB&J coffee mug this morning. Oh, that first sip, right? All right, get to the question, Jeremy. The food looks great, but why does everything need to be so low in fat? Like the scrambled egg or the pancakes could use some vegan butter. It would make these foods explode in flavor and help bring aromas out. Also, it would help with satiety and blood sugar control. Great question. So this channel focuses on whole food, plant-based food and topics. A lot of the people in this community, including myself, come from a weight loss background. And so what's the best way to say this? We're not necessarily eliminating fat. We're choosing healthier versions of fat. I don't consider the food in this channel to be low in fat. It's low in processed fat, like vegan butter. So you made the example of the scrambled tofu. Well, tofu in and of itself is a healthy source of fat. I don't see how adding butter to that makes the meal better for me. Does it give you a buttery flavor? Yeah. Does it also clog your arteries? Yeah. Personally, I don't find that our food is lacking in aroma or flavor, but that's also such an individual, unique thing. People that are used to eating the way that I eat don't feel the same way as people that eat using more processed foods. My flavor palette has shifted. So, that's a personal opinion. So look, if you're not focusing on weight loss and you're just looking to eat plant-based and you want to have a little vegan butter in your diet, go for it. I do not yuck anyone's yum. But for me, that's just a choice that I very, very rarely make. And for me, it's almost the same mentality of I don't want to put animal products into my body. I don't want to put processed oils into my body. You know, my brain has now just been triggered to think of that stuff as kind of toxic. And personally, I don't agree that having highly processed oil, which is 100 calories a tablespoon, is actually satiating. I think it actually leads to overeating, and I think that the blood sugar control comes from eating calorie-dense whole foods, not processed oil. Healthy fats. I know people will argue all day long that oil is the healthy fat. I'm going to disagree with you all day long. I'm not saying there aren't healthy benefits to it, but if you eat the whole food source of that oil you're having, it's healthier and it's more calorie dense. Again, I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. If you love your oil every now and then, put it on and enjoy it. We use it very sparingly as a sometimes food, the same way I would use any other kind of quote unquote junk food in our house. If you're at a healthy weight and you enjoy it, go for it. But I know that for this channel, a lot of people here are focused on weight loss and eating healthy. So I like to provide alternatives and ideas on how to avoid it. Some people have asked us, why do we have two kitchens?
Yeah, we don't really have two kitchens. We have two houses.
We're super rich. No.
No, we have a family farmhouse.
Yeah.
And that has been in the family for over 100 years. And so we're trying to keep it.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're there. And that's the other kitchen.
So, yeah, so when you see like the fancier cooking videos I did for my Bell 5 series that are now on the channel, that's where I shot all that because it's a lot prettier than our kitchen, which, not that our kitchen's ugly, it's just not, I don't know, it's not as pretty. But, you know, eventually one day when the kids are older, I think our plan is to be there full time.
That'd be nice.
I want some farm animals. I want a little piggy. What do you want? You said you want a goat.
Yeah.
And the pig will come and live in the house with us?
No.
Yes.
No.
Why?
No. But we have a barn.
Annie's dream is for us to have a pig and for her to have a wiener dog, and their name will be Pork and Beans.
That's not a very, very vegan name.
The pig is going to be named Beans.
What?
That's what makes it fun. They're a duo.
That doesn't make any sense.
I like it. Do you like it? Let us know. So I thought I'd answer a question that came to us, all of us, but specifically me when I was talking to a friend of the channel, Tony Akamoto, who I did a live stream with a little while back. And we have featured her cookbook in one of our recipe reviews. Hi, Tony. So we were just chatting after the live stream, and you know, Tony was just commenting on how much she enjoyed the channel and thought we had such a great audience attached to it, and was asking just about that experience and if I had a lot of trolls. You know what a troll is, right? It's like those people that live under bridges or find themselves hiding in comment pages on various things. Because it probably doesn't surprise you to know that, you know, when you follow any particular lifestyle where there's an opposing type of person who follows a different lifestyle, sometimes they'll come after and attack you. So, you know, you get a lot of potentially, you know, what I'll call meatheads coming in and telling us, you know, plant-based or vegan people that what we're doing is unhealthy or stupid or doesn't actually help anything, or that it kills animals more than their diets do, or other any form of nonsense that comes along with it. And Tony was asking, you know, what my experience has been in that realm, and gave me some of the indications of what hers was. And I, you know, said that I think we've been pretty lucky here in our community. You know, the amount we've gotten is pretty minimal. It's not like even once a day. It's like maybe once or twice a week, maybe, and it's always so small. And she was surprised by that. She was really happy that we had that experience. And she told me some of, you know, the stuff she's encountered on Instagram and other places. Sadly, I think the truth is that it's way more common
for females in this space to get crapped on than it is a guy like me. It's just a systemic problem across the board. I think, sadly, someone like me gets praise here because I'm not the norm. It's usually not dudes in this space doing this sort of thing. It does tend to be females, I think. I think that's changing, but traditionally speaking, and for some reason, like in every other capacity of the world, men get treated a little bit differently and women get crapped on. And that sucks. I don't know what I'm saying here. I don't know how to help that situation. All I want to kind of say is be nice to each other out there. You know, don't yuck anyone else's yum, obviously. If you don't agree with someone else and what they think about, maybe ask yourself, does me commenting on this negatively actually add any value to this? Or is this just me being a bit of a jerk right now? There's a lot of times I have to stop myself from commenting on things, whether it's other people's things or my own things in response. And I have to ask myself, is this actually helping? Or is this just me trying to be clever and say something that isn't actually all that helpful? Anyway, so I don't really have a great idea here. I just wanted to share that question and my thoughts about it. And yeah, and I know all of you are. I know I'm speaking to the choir right now when it comes to this. But, you know, maybe what we can do to counteract this is just when we watch something that really speaks to us that we enjoy, maybe let that person know. Send them a little extra love to just try to compensate for the people that do the opposite. And I know so many of you already do that. There's no shortage of that on our channel, for sure. I get so much love for me and the family and what we're doing here. But, you know, make sure you spread that elsewhere as well to other people that you admire and love. That's all. Spread some love.
So one of the questions I get a fair amount in the comments that leads us to our sponsor for this video is, what kind of protein powder do you use or like? It's a combination of one of those two things, but it essentially means the same thing. What's really cool about this is that I was actually using this product for years before I even got the opportunity to partner with them. So I'm really excited to tell you about my favorite protein powder that I use, not every day, just when I have like a muscle workout that requires a little extra protein to take advantage of the fact that I had a muscle workout. Lean Fit. They have this plant-based line that's really super duper awesome. They have a whole bunch of this is the one, this is like vanilla. They have a chocolate one too. I like it. It's sweetened with monk fruit, which is really, really nice. And I have a discount code down below for, I think, 20% off. So I didn't necessarily spend years trying every single protein powder in the world until I found the one I liked. I wanted one that tasted good, that wasn't chalky, that blended nicely and didn't leave chunks of powder. And I stopped when I found this one because this was the best I had come across so far and I liked it. It's the same when I found Wooly. I didn't date every single woman in the world and then decide which one to stick with. I found Wooly. She was awesome. She wasn't chalky. She tasted sweet. Oh my God. She is not gonna like that I'm comparing her to protein powder. She's not gonna watch this. Anyway. I like protein powder like I like Wooly. I gotta stop. I'm sorry. So this is really, really nice. I've even just blended this up straight up with water in my Magic Bullet just after a workout. And it's nice. You know, it's, again, all protein powders I think have a slight acquired taste, but it's by no means offensive. And I'll put this into a smoothie bowl if I'm making a smoothie, just to get a little bit of extra stuff. When I've made my Fogerts, which is my own version of a yogurt where I blend up some non-dairy milk with some chia seeds and some fruit. Throw a little bit of this in too. I literally did that this morning. So this is my protein powder of choice, Lean Fit. And they're a sponsor for this channel. And you can get a discount using the code down below, or the link down below.
Hi. It's my sippy cup. Do you have a sippy cup? Next question. Can you do a grocery haul video? No. Such a blatant answer. So here, I'm going to be honest with you. Last weekend, I had the full intention to start shooting a grocery haul video. And I shot one. We went to the market and I shot a little bit there. It's awkward and weird shooting in public, as you can imagine. And then I just kind of stopped myself. I was going to go to Costco and the grocery store because I just went, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't quite understand what's super interesting about these for people, especially because depending where I live in the world and you live, like, we just don't have access to the same things. The prices are different. I'm not 100% sure what the value is. Please let me know down below what you love about grocery haul videos, and maybe I can figure out a way to make it interesting for me to make it interesting for you. I think that was the problem, is I just wasn't enjoying doing it because I didn't get why. So if you let me know why it's important, maybe I can help that out. That said, Wooly and I had a cool idea that I think we do want to do that could be kind of like a version of a grocery haul video. So let me know if you like this. There's this app. I've talked about it before on the channel. If you live in Canada, you can use it. It's called Flash Food. They are not a sponsor. I don't even think that's a thing they could do if they wanted to. But you know, hit me up, Flash Food, if that's a thing. So here's the idea: is on this app, it's connected to various different grocery stores, and you can go on there and see what different foods they have that are getting sad. Maybe close to expiry for packaged things, and then for produce, things that are, going to be going bad in the next couple of days. And for the produce boxes in particular, these things are usually around $5, so really, really cheap. And they have a decent amount of stuff in it. And we've gotten some of these in the past, and yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So our thought was, if we were to do a week of eating only from Flash Food purchases, in addition to whatever else we already had in the house, obviously. See how cheap that would be to eat that way. And then also what we could make up, what we could come up with recipe-wise based on, the limitations of that. So let me know if that's like something that might be interesting for you, as opposed to a grocery haul video, or if you still want me to do one, and then let me know what you think would be interesting in that realm. I'm not against it. I lack motivation. I've tried watching a few grocery haul videos, and I always turn them off like 2 or 3 minutes into it, because even if I like the person I'm watching, I just don't care, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't love them. Sorry. So here's a question I've actually gotten quite a bit in various forms. What is the single best piece of health advice that I could give? So strangely enough, it's probably not what you're gonna expect. It's more of a mental health suggestion. Choose to be happier. Choose kindness. Choose to not talk when people are staring at you. Choose empathy. Choose to try to understand where someone's coming from or what's going on before you cast judgment on it. Put yourself in someone else's shoes, even if there's someone that you don't typically understand or agree with, and just understand why they're saying what they're saying, whatever it is. Whether it's about you or about something you believe in, just try to see things from their point of view. Nobody sees themselves as the villain. Nobody thinks they're in the wrong. So, trying to have empathy with them, even if what they're saying sounds ridiculous or stupid or whatever, I don't know, it just helps, I guess. But just, I think we can all choose just to be a little bit kinder to one another, even if we don't fundamentally agree on things. I just don't awkwardly avoiding people. Where was I? Yeah, I guess I just know for myself, I feel like that's made me healthier, having a better attitude. It's helped me approach my weight loss and my weight maintenance and everything I do with just a fresher perspective and just an understanding and an empathy with other people. So just, be a detective. Figure people's stuff out before you just kind of make a judgment about them, no matter who they are. And I think that'll make you a healthier person in all ways. Also, make sure half your plate is vegetables and stuff, and, sleep and whatnot and all the things. Oh, look, River's found something to poop on. Snap peas. There
carrots. Just getting some lunch organized. Okay. So, here's a question. I wanted to read it specifically because I love the way it's phrased. Your kitchen is dirty and messy and chaotic. Can you clean and organize your kitchen better? Probably. Will I? Probably not. My life is dirty and messy and chaotic, which I bet the same is true for most of you. Yeah, here's the thing. First of all, before you go off in the comments, I'm not offended by this. Our kitchen is a little bit messy and dirty and chaotic sometimes, but that's just life. That's being a human being in this world. And one of the things I promised myself when I set out to do this YouTube channel on a more ongoing basis was that I had to make it manageable for myself. I had to make it realistic. And, I don't go out of my way to keep this kitchen messy, but I also don't clean it for the videos any more than I would keep it obtained and cleaned on a regular day. We do tend to do a slightly deeper clean on the weekends. I'm actually going to do a big clean this weekend. But I think a lot of you take comfort in the fact that we're a real family who has real schedules and other things they need to do in the day. We can't just tidy our house nonstop. If this bothers you, there are no shortage of channels in this niche where people have clean, perfect, well-lit kitchens, some of which are actually their own, many of which are probably Airbnbs that they rent. If that's what you're looking for, a very clean, antiseptic kind of kitchen that looks like nobody actually cooks in it, then by all means, enjoy those channels. You're never gonna get that here. It's just not maintainable for us to also do the videos on the schedule that we do them, and also all the other things we need to do in our lives. Again, this is not my full-time gig. I do other things in addition to the YouTube channel. Again, not offended at all that you called me a dirty, sloppy pig. I get it. I don't disagree. I also just kind of don't care.
Okay, and so your final question, what was the impetus for me to go whole food plant-based for good? Let me read that properly. Actually, what you wrote was, what was the impetus that got you to finally commit for good to whole food plant-based? So, here's the thing that I should just say from the get-go to clear it up. We are whole food plant-based, my wife and I particularly. That said, it doesn't mean we don't have a splurge every now and then and have an ice cream from a store. And when I say ice cream, I mean a non-dairy ice cream. But one that, it has some sugar in it, has some things in it that we wouldn't typically eat. It's rare and it's a treat, but I would say that we're definitely 90 to 95% whole food plant-based. And then, every now and then we'll have a treat. Maybe I'll have a Beyond Burger or something like that, So we're not ridiculously strict all the time with it, but we do our best whenever we can. So I just want to make that caveat. We are not perfect human beings. We enjoy a nice balance. But generally speaking, as you know from the videos and the recipes and whatnot here, we aim to be whole food plant-based when we cook at home. So what got me started on that? Yeah, so here's the thing. I could talk about this for a half an hour. So if you want more on this topic, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I'll do a whole dedicated video to my whole food plant-based journey. But I'll give you the Coles notes of that here. Essentially, when I met Wooly, she was a vegetarian already, and I was a typical omnivore. And so I think generally speaking, I started eating more vegetarian with her just because it didn't make sense to have two meals when we were eating out or once we moved in together, eating together. And then when we went out, I would have whatever I wanted. So then I ended up watching, I think it was Forks Over Knives and a couple other things. And that led me to going not vegan yet or whole food plant-based, but I went pescatarian. So I was still eating fish, still eating dairy and whatnot. And I stuck with that for about 10 years. And then I kind of just woke up one day in my mid-30s, and this is when I was, very overweight still. And I just kind of told myself, I just felt crappy. I felt terrible. And I was like, I need to finally, I'd always wanted to lose weight. And I just decided that this was the year to do it. And I was going to finally commit. And then I think it was actually a year or two later that I actually did it, if I'm honest. And I just started reading information and learning more. And the problem with when you know more stuff is that you can't unknow it. And I just went down this rabbit hole of reading other people's health stories and learning more information about animal agriculture and all that kind of stuff. And I just realized I should probably not eat animals anymore at all, in any shape or form, even animal byproducts or fish. And, you know, there's a lot more to it than that. And again, if you want that, I'll get into the specific details. But, you know, I approached it primarily because I wanted to get healthier and lose weight. And then all the other stuff came with it. You know, the environmental aspect of it was really, really important to me, and just what animal agriculture did to the planet. But it all just comes around full circle with the animals and everything, right? So the impetus wasn't like I didn't have a health scare, but I was very overweight, and I knew that the older I got, it was going to get harder to lose the weight. So that's the impetus, but there's a lot more information and details that I can get into in a future video if you want. So thanks for sticking around and listening to me blab again for however long this video is. I really, honestly, truly appreciate how amazing this community is and how engaged you are with our content. It means a lot to us, and you know, let us know how we can help you and information that we can provide to you in future videos, and we will be happy to provide that. Speaking of which, if you're new to this channel and you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button so that other people know that they should watch this video as well. Speaking of which, YouTube thinks this is the one you want to watch next because they know stuff, you know, and in a good way. I mean, they're looking at all your history of all the videos you've watched, and they're like, this is the one, you know, click it now or put it in that watch later thing, whatever it is, but you know, you're gonna like it. Thanks.